The bottom of the cycle, always it's a scam, it's a Ponzi, all the media hates it, everybody throws shit at each other online, everybody's looking for blame, looking for scapegoats. We are exactly in that point now. It is ugly out there. And that ugliness out there is a real measure of where we are in the cycle. So we're at the despair and anger phase. And then we have the acceptance phase, which is the boredom phase, which I think we've rolled into, where prices don't do anything for a while and everyone starts getting fed up and moves on elsewhere. You can see artificial intelligence is getting people's attention just when they should be looking at crypto as well. Don't forget, artificial intelligence is not really investable for most of us because it's all VC, while crypto is real-time VC that we can trade, which is part of the magic of it. So we're at the blow-up phase, the FTX scandal. Now, I've seen this. I've seen it with Mt. Gox. I've seen it with Bitfinex. I've seen it every single bloody cycle. And this time around, everyone's like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Yeah, it's every time the end of the world. And guess what? It's not. It's never the end of the world. People say, well, nobody's ever going to come back into this market. Well, I've been around. I've been around the block a long time. I've been 30 odd years in financial markets, and I've seen this with hedge funds. Long-term capital management, the biggest blow up of a hedge fund in history. The Fed had to bail out the whole system. What everybody shouted at them, they're a Ponzi, they're a scam, they're over leveraged. Hedge funds are uninvestable. Net outcome, the net assets of hedge funds went up 5x over the next 7 years. Why? Regulation. Regulation appears to have cleaned up the space, and then people feel much safer to come in because the institutions are waiting. And I've had conversations throughout Rails Adventures in Crypto, both with hedge funds like Olaf Carson-Wee, with Jeff Dorman. I've also had it with people like Urian Timmer. I've had it with Sandy Call. And everybody tells us the institutions are still looking at this space. So my guess, regulation and an upswing in prices, upswing in global liquidity, and they start coming in a more meaningful way. There tend to be momentum chasers. Also, we saw similar after Madoff. Hedge funds are uninvestable, they're opaque, nobody knows what they're about, nobody's going to ever put money in them again. What happened? I think the hedge fund industry went up another 5x in assets under management. So that's what I'm expecting here. Regulation equals safety, equals green light, equals go. If that coincides with global liquidity, it creates fireworks. And the market has no short positions in. It has no real ability to short unless you want to use Binance. And nobody really wants to use Binance because everyone's a bit scared of who owns it, its opaqueness, even the audits. And so therefore, you've got very few shorts and you've got a massive amount of money coming into the market. And stuff like ETH is deflationary the more volume there is. So the more volume there is, the less ETH's around, the more kind of reflexive in price it is. So I think we're setting up for a super interesting cycle. So I am been buying any money I can find. I'm throwing into crypto, literally in nothing else right now. I'm super focused.